What's going on, guys? I got a great video for you today. I'm going to drop some crazy knowledge on you. So real quick, I want to show you Elon Musk's birth chart. Okay. And to find this, if you're in the West, you can search Elon Musk astro theme. Okay. And astro theme is just the most common astrology site here in the West. But I use Vedic astrology. Okay. I don't really believe in Western astrology. I found from my studies it's not working. Okay, so anyway, the birth time here is unknown. That's really what we wanted to find out. If we just wanted his date, we could obviously just wiki that, but they don't know his birth time. So then what we're gonna do is open up your astrology software. Okay, and let's use the data. June 28, 1971. And so what I saw here right away too is that once we see his birthplace, which is, I'm looking for it, born in Pretoria, South Africa. Okay. So he's born in Pretoria, South Africa. Now, right away, what does this tell you about Elon Musk's life? If we're trying to find his time, the fact that he was born on another continent is a big clue to what his chart will tell us. Okay, and I'll get to that in a second. Okay, so right there we got his chart now. But obviously, if you wanted to verify the coordinates, you could. I'm pretty sure I've already done that. So now the first thing that's coming to my mind here is this sun, okay, because he was born in South Africa and now he's like super well known in the West, and I don't know if he's ever been back living in South Africa since. I don't think so. So because of that, there's a decent chance that his sun is in the 12th house in either the birth chart or the D9 chart. So let's try to find his time based on that. Let's just play around with the numbers here. Okay. Let's just go 5. And if this takes a while, I'll speed it up. Okay, there we go. So right here we got his birth, potentially his birth time. Okay. Now, obviously we could try to fit that D9 chart to have his sun in the 9th there, because that is something that could happen as well. But it looks like 1989, okay, it looks like, 1988, it looks like that is a possibility because he's born in 1971. And so what we have to figure out then is, did he permanently move in 1988? And we can do this by just quickly Googling, Elon Musk 1988, to check what happened. Now, I've already done this in advance, so this is not an on-the-fly video. Okay, I did my research in advance for this one, but I really wanted to give you an example because I think this is a perfect example of some research I just quickly did and I stumbled upon this. Okay. Okay, so right there, after leaving South Africa in 1998. So we can see we've confirmed it. He left South Africa in 1988. You can use more sources if you want, but that's good enough for me right now. So what this tells us is we're on to his birth time, because when his dasha changed to the sun in the 12th house, he permanently settled in foreign lands. Okay, and that's usually what happens. It's the most impactful time for that to happen is when the dasha first changes, because now the sun is having the most influence possible in the chart. Obviously, it could happen at any other time, you know, within this sun period, but the most probable is when it first shifts. Okay, so now with that in mind, we have a very good. It's very much not a coincidence that we have this, have found that. So most likely this is his time, and what we can do is just fact check that. Okay, so let's take some more recent stuff now. Let's open up. Let's search up 2011. What can we guess about 2011? Well, his Rahu was active in the 7th house with Capricorn and Mars. So we can say he was aggressively pursuing business partnerships. And yeah, that would be my biggest guess. Maybe he's launching a business at this time. So let's find out. Obviously, it would have to involve partnerships. Musk, 2011. Okay. So now I'm just doing a little research to figure out. Discuss space travel. Elon Musk, back in 2011, explaining how ridiculously hard it would be for SpaceX to land its first reusable rocket. Okay. Fuck off. Jesus Christ. Okay, we're gonna use another site because I'm not with that. I'm not with that. You know, I'm surfing with the ad block. I don't care. Now, some of this research I'm gonna do now is just on the fly here. You can see I haven't clicked on these sites. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this kind of research, my Mercury is in the 8th house. So I'm pretty good at finding these kind of coincidences, or quote unquote coincidences. So new establishment, I believe that's what I was searching for here. Although we just got hit with this stupid ad block. I don't know if it was this site. So he's talking about the grand ambitions here. Okay, we've got a headline that says that. Big important friends. Okay. Attended his 40th birthday party. So at this time, it looks like in 2011, you know, we can see his birthday party. Let's check his birth date again. June 28th. So let's take a look at June 28th. So the 6th month of 2011. Okay, so right after. Let's see. So end of 2011, you see he's potentially got some gains from this. But 2011 here, we've got Elon Musk now, you know, potentially finding those partnerships. Let's take a step back. Okay, I'm still just going to keep digging here. So he sold a bunch of, what does this say, Teslas? Electric roadsters, whatever those are. Okay. So once his Capricorn became active, you can see he was making money. But I like the partnerships as well, partnership aspect of that. Okay, and he was talking about how hard it would be to accomplish this. And obviously, his Mars came active at the same time as his Rahu, so it makes sense that that would be a headline as well, because now he's putting a lot of force into his partnerships and things that he has to do to accomplish this. So let's move on. 2011. Okay, we got some data from that, but let's look now at 2013, or end of 2013, almost 2014. So if we search up Elon Musk 2013, and it may be better to search 2014, but let's just take a look. It's 2014. So look at this headline right here, guys. 2014, the year Elon Musk went mainstream. Okay. So obviously, he's on stage there talking about his companies and what he plans to do with the world. Well, look what just happened. His start of 2014, his Jupiter became active in the 5th house of Scorpio. So he's obviously going to be either having a lot of teachers or teaching or both. Okay. He's going to be talking about, fun subjects, fun, playful subjects, AI, and that's also included in the 5th house, technology, all these sorts of strange and fun things. Okay. And now we have Scorpio there as well. So that could tell you that either he's going to reveal secrets to us about it, or he's going to keep some secrets to himself, or both. These are just some things I'm coming up with on the fly. Obviously, there's a lot more you can see from those aspects, but I'm just showing you how you can relate it to this. So it makes sense that there's a giant headline here, goes mainstream at that point. He's going to start teaching when his Jupiter became active. Okay, so now let's take a look. His Saturn. Okay, 2016. Now, what can we guess from this off the bat? We can guess some gains, some serious gains. The reason being, it's his 11th house. Okay, it's Saturn. So when Saturn's in the 11th house, massive earnings should be coming in, especially after the age of 35, right? So he's older than 35 at this point, and that's becoming active. Venus is there too, in Taurus. It's looking pretty good. So now if we just quickly Google Elon Musk 2016. The definitive guide to absolutely everything Elon Musk. That's pretty funny. 2016. Okay. And so I know right off the bat what I want to look for here. Oh my God. Hate these fucking ads. April. Okay. We'd already found April based on the time we have here, 9. Okay. So right here we have April 5th, 2016. What happens here? The Tesla broke 130,000 pre-orders, which is 7.5 billion in sales in a 24-hour period. So you can see just how powerful it was once that became active. Okay, so that's the power of knowing this stuff, because now we can look in advance and say, okay, when's the next Saturn period, for example? And obviously that's a very basic understanding. There's a lot more we can dig into, but just taking that knowledge I gave you there. Now let's find his next Saturn period, Saturn Antradasha. So look in Jupiter 2031. Okay, guaranteed profit. Now that's pretty damn far away. So let's take a look at something a little sooner. This is in a Mercury period now. 2021. Okay. If you bet on Elon Musk in 2021, you're guaranteed some profits. Okay. Now, keep in mind his Mercury, it's a little bit different at this time. His Mercury is in the 12th house. So there could be some losses, but I would still bet on this, because whenever that 11th house is active, you can bet that there's going to be gains. Okay. So when else might we bet on this? Anytime his Venus is active. Okay. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Around August. Okay, that would be a great time to bet on him, because Venus is becoming active in that 11th house. It's with Saturn. Okay, so it's not going to have necessarily as much gains as Saturn, the dasha with Saturn itself would give, but it's still going to significantly make you a profit. Okay, and now let's even take a step further. Let's look at this as a whole. Okay, in 2011, when he first started getting those partnerships, that's going to last all the way up to 2029. And in a Rahu dasha, when you're over halfway through it, that's when you really start to gain. That's when it really starts to, shine. The first half is questionable, typically, and the second half, it really shines. So at any time now, I would say, maybe wait. Maybe do, if you want to invest in stocks, look at those specific years I showed you. But really, everything should be on the up, since around 2022 or 2025, you're basically guaranteed to make profits up until 2029, as far as I'm concerned. So that's pretty powerful knowledge, guys. There's a bunch of times there you can invest. You can look at his chart now, figure out when to invest. Don't invest when you hit the 12th house. Okay, that said, he could be profiting from foreign lands, which obviously he probably needs parts from China and other places around the world. So it doesn't mean it's a loss, but whenever the 12th house is involved, I don't bet on it. Okay. Whenever his moon is active, that's not bad. Okay. Now I wouldn't base anything on the D9 chart, because really we're guessing his birth time, and it's going to be accurate within an hour, but is it going to be accurate to the exact minute? I don't think so. So I wouldn't mess around too much with this stuff. You can find a range of risk you want to take, maybe by playing around with that time a little further. And then again, I wouldn't bet when his Jupiter's active, although that's, so I wouldn't bet on him when his Jupiter's active. It's like a fun time for him. Obviously, there's some trials for him, but it's a fun time for him overall. I just wouldn't bet on that. I wouldn't bet on, his 12th house, his 5th house, whenever, even his first house, whenever that planet's active, I wouldn't bet on it. So really, whenever his moon's active, whenever his Mars, Rahu, Venus, or Saturn are active, feel free to bet on it. When the other planets are involved, it becomes questionable. But I would say the 11th house overrides basically everything, at least 3 removed. So first one, for example, let's take a look here. Okay, so you could bet on this Saturn right here from November to December. Okay, but make sure you got that time down. Find out, maybe do a little more research, find out the exact date Tesla got those sales. Okay, and so anything 4th removed, I would still bet on for gains, and that's about it. I think that sums up this video. If you have any other questions, leave them. I'll get back to you if I can. And cheers to having this knowledge, guys. Giving it away for free. This is powerful. Like, you can make so much money just knowing this single chart. Okay, you could invest. If you believe in it enough, you can invest. Everything just into this. Obviously, there's places we can invest for faster profits, because I'm showing you a long-term, kind of strategy for making money here. But the more of these we find, the more money we can make. Okay. And Also it's just like it just blows my mind. I think just investigating this kind of stuff is just fantastic. It shows you that things are really kind of destined. Um, you can have the debate about free will in another video, but I just love this science. It's brilliant. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. All right. That's it for now. Cheers.